What's going on, guys? 6 months ago, I had a prophetic dream about a specific cryptocurrency that is going to do very, very well in the future. Now, this cryptocurrency in this dream, it came with a timeline not in the sense of dates, but in the sense of a chart and the way that the currency was going to move. So this currency has traditionally moved with XRP, XLM, and some of those coins. And so it's really cool because we have kind of a template and a blueprint based upon what this currency is going to do at specific times, which will help us out. Now, this currency, in my opinion, isn't one to be invested in right out of the gate. There's going to be higher profits to be taken in the first wave with some of the meme coins, Shiba Inu, Terra Luna Classic, BNB Tiger, etc. However, this is a currency to look at to roll profits into in the future because it's got a very, very unique technology that is going to connect many pieces and be an integral part of the new quantum financial system. Okay, it's a great utility token. So here's the dream. Let's get right into it. So in this dream, I was with my family. Okay, so I was with my wife, my mom, my dad, my brothers and sisters, and we were all in this gourmet this gourmet ice cream shop. Okay, and this ice cream shop, I probably served coffee, but it wasn't in the dream. But in this gourmet ice cream shop, there was all these amazing, like really, really good flavors of ice cream. Now, just a little bit of interpretation and teaching here. Anytime you have a dream and there's like milk or like dairy products, that is always symbolic of a land flowing with milk and honey, right? We just need to look to the word. We need to look to the Bible to see what the context is of that in the Bible, right? So milk is always about the spirit or the promised land. Okay, so gourmet, what is ice cream? Ice cream is milk, and gourmet ice cream can be made with honey, right? So this dream is symbolic of me being in the promised land. And so what we're going to talk about here is a promised land token. I really believe that this is a prophetic promised land token for the future. I'm carrying a bag of it for long term. I'm also planning to roll some other profits into it in the future as well. So here we go. Here's the dream. So we're in this gourmet ice cream shop, and I look over to the side of the wall. Everyone's looking at the ice creams they're going to get. I look at the side of the wall, and there's this big screen on the wall, this TV that like took up the size of the wall, and it was a crypto chart, and this crypto chart was going, and then this coin right now is at about 10 to 20 cents, whether you're in Canada or America, okay? So it started off really low in the dream as well. It was like where it is now. And then it went up to $1, and then it went up to $2, and then it was like $3 to $4 range, and then I saw it go back down. So when it peaked at $4, it went back down. See, I believe that first $4 range for this token is going to be this bull run. I believe the rest of this year, July, August, September, potentially even into the end of the year, we're going to see a bull run this year, even though it doesn't seem like it. I really believe that we're going to see it because this is what I saw in the dream. This is what God showed me. And so as the tokens were going up, it went to $4 and then it went back down to that, 10, 20 cent range. So it went back down probably a little bit higher than where it originally started from. I didn't see for sure. But then what happened was it went up to $7. Okay. Actually, here, I just want to be 100% sure. I have the dream recorded here. I'm not sure if it went down after $4 or $7. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, it went up to $3, then the $4 to $7 range, and then God was like, sell it, and then it went back down. So when it goes up to the $4 to $7 range, in that range there, I know it's quite a range, but that's just what I saw in my dream. I saw $4 and I saw $7. So I don't know if it's going to make it all the way up to $7, but I saw it in that range. So $4, $5, $6, $7. Probably depending upon the currency, there's a variation there. But then it dropped. It was like that was the time to sell. And that's where I believe after this bull run, there's going to be a market crash. There's going to be that black swan event. Go watch my Iraqi dinar video where I talk about that black swan event. But I really believe that a lot of these other people in the body of Christ that have seen the market crashing all the way down to the bottom, that is when this is going to happen. And we're going to be able to pick up coins for pennies on the dollar. So with that, then all of a sudden I look back in the ice cream shop and I'm like going to go get an ice cream, and I look back and now it's a different chart. So I look at the TV again and it's a different chart, and it was like some time had passed. In a dream where some time had passed, And then it was like, I wish I don't have an amount of time. I don't know how much time had passed there, but I was looking at the chart again, and all of a sudden all I saw was numbers, and it was like almost like a slot machine, and it was like 111, and then it was like a staircase. It was like 222, and then it was like up again 333, 444, and it went up all the way up, and the last number that I saw was 777, and then it was like kind of like a jackpot, and then the dream ended. And so what I interpret this as, and what this token is HBAR, Hedera, okay? Hedera hash graph, and the token is HBAR. It's one of the ISO 20022 compliant coins with XRP, XLM, and XDC. Those 4 coins are going to be amazing. They're talking about an XRP supply shock, and so HBAR is going to be an amazing second. I believe it's going to do as well as XLM, if not better. I don't know. I haven't had any dreams about XLM, but in my spirit, I believe that that's going to go over $1,000 a coin. I believe could go to $1,000 a coin. I believe HBAR is parallel with that. I believe it could easily go to over 777 into $1,000 or $2,000 a coin. And the reason why I believe this is because it's a unique technology. It's hash graph technology. And what hash graph is it's not even a blockchain. It actually connects many blockchains together. So it's like an interledger protocol that brings blockchains together to make the quantum financial system even better. There's another company that's doing the same thing called Chainlink, right? You've probably heard of them. They've done really well as well. But HBAR is the one that God showed me. And of course, I found out it was an ISO 20022 compliant token. So makes total sense. So if you're looking for other options to invest in rather than XRP and XLM, HBAR is a really solid token. You can get it almost anywhere. Unfortunately, it's not on Kraken right now for some reason. It's still relatively hidden, I guess. But yeah, it's only like, it's probably 13, 14 cents American, around 19, 20 cents Canadian right now. So it's pretty good. It's definitely a long-term hold. I don't even know, even though I had this dream, I don't even know if I'm going to sell my HBAR when it goes back down again. It's probably the wise thing to do. I'm going to have to pray into that a little bit more. But we see it I've mapped the charts out, and it always follows XLM and XRP. It's right in there with them. It's like a third brother. So if we know that HBAR is going to have a bull run and get up to that $4 to $7 range, what I'm believing this year, heck, this might be next year. Let's not even put a date on it, but in my spirit, I believe it's this year. So if it does that by the end of the year, we're going to see XRP up significantly higher than that. We're going to see XLM up maybe at about that same range, maybe a little bit higher as well, because it's starting off a little bit higher. But then we know that it's going back down again. So this dream is a confirmation that there is going to be some kind of market crash where it goes back down after this bull run. Okay. Every 4 years, there's a bull run cycle. There was one in 2017, there was one in 2021, and there's one in 2025 this year. We saw a little bit of it in November and December, but I really believe that there's going to be one at the end of this year, as long as the Black Swan event doesn't happen before. But I believe, due to prophetic insight, that it's going to be happening after this bull run. Okay. So I believe XLM is going to take off. I believe HBAR is going to take off to this $4 to $7 range. I don't know about XLM pricing. XRP, I assume, is going to have some movement too, but it might not. There's still a lot of stuff going on with the SEC and different things. But the big thing that I want to hammer home with this dream is that second screen. All this short-term stuff, if you hold these tokens and you just hold it through, even the market crash, like, you're going to be good on the other side, because that's when utility kicks in. The second screen that I saw where it shot up into the hundreds of dollars and boom, 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 went all the way up to jackpot. I don't even believe 777 was the final number. I just believe God was showing me like jackpot, like winner. You know what I mean? So that's when utility is going to kick in. Utility is the use case for the token. Okay. So a lot of people don't understand this. They just think you put money into it and it goes up. That's not what's going on with these utility tokens, XRP, XLM, XDC, all these ISO tokens. Okay. They're not just a normal thing that you're investing in. You're investing in a technology that's going to work. It's going to have use case in the future. Just like if you invested in Google's a search engine that's actually solving real world issues. It's helping people look up information on the internet. These blockchain technologies are going to help money move in the world, in finance, in business. HBAR, if you go and look up the people that they're already partnered with, they're already partnered with Google. They're already partnered with like a ton of really, really big corporations and companies. So they've got infrastructure behind the scenes. They're well established. They're not going anywhere. Okay, it's just that the banks and the institutions haven't even started using it yet, because I believe in July, around the beginning of July, is when these ISO tokens go live. And so when that happens, we may see a bull run. That might be the triggering event for the bull run to come in. It might be that there needs to be more money put in from the refinancing of the debt in the States. I don't know when that's happening either, but there's going to be something that creates a bull run this year, in my opinion, and there's going to be a crash after that. So we can make some money in this bull run if we want. I believe that Shiba Inu and Terra Luna Classic and some of these prophetic seed coins are going to give the best return, right? Because even though Hedera's, what's Hedera? 20 cents right now. So that's, let's say it goes to $7. So 20 cents goes into $1 5 times 7. That's a 35x back if it goes to $7, right? So that's not bad. 35x is pretty good. But at the same time, if it only goes to $4, that's a 20x, right? That's still good. But I believe that we're going to see 1000x with Shiba Inu and Terra Luna Classic. And then we can roll those profits over into the HBARs, into the XLMs, into the XRPs. Okay. Now, I think XRP is going to be bigger than HBAR for sure. Okay. So if we can get XRP, I know that there's a supply shock people are talking about. I haven't really heard anything about it, but people are saying it from the spirit. I haven't heard anything in the spirit, but I've heard people talking about it. So yeah, it's just a very interesting and unique opportunity that we sit with, you guys. So just know that we're positioned really well. Having this knowledge, we're positioned really well. And the beginning of that HBAR dream, in my opinion, why it's valuable is because it gives us a timeline. When we see HBAR go up to $1, when we see it go up to $2, $3, $4 to $7 range, then we know that there's going to be a drop, at least in HBAR. But if XRP and XLM move like HBAR in the past, we can extrapolate. Okay, this isn't thus saith the Lord. This is me just using extrapolation and wisdom and intuition. So it's not 100%. We're all trying to figure this out, but I'm just trying to add my piece to the puzzle. Okay, so we know that if it goes up to that $4 to $7 range and then it goes back down, that if the other tokens are going down after HBAR does it, then we know we're at that point where the market is going down. And then we can have our low buy limit orders set up so that we can pick up tokens for very cheap as well, okay? So to recap this thing, HBAR is gonna do very, very well. It's a token that you should invest in the future, not financial advice. I have to say that legally, but I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So does that mean that I'm putting it in there instead of XRP? No, I wanna have a bag of XRP as well, okay? So this is the timeline. This is my prophetic dream for HBAR. This is a promised land token, guys. I really believe in the future. Like just having that prophetic symbolism that God showed me there is that in the future, HBAR very well could be beneficial for us to navigate in the promised land somehow. We don't know what the new quantum financial system holds yet, but we know that we're going to be able to borrow against our assets and do different financial plays with these assets. And so perhaps holding HBAR is going to have some kind of significance in the future for the promised land and building the new earth. So hope that helps you guys. Much love and shalom.